So for my research topic and my final paper, I chose to write about gender and the media's influence on gender. So to give you a little bit of background, as we learned in class, gender is basically the range of characteristics that differentiate individuals from other individuals, whether it's male, female, any of the non-gendered or the binary or the non-binary gendered as well. And to give you guys a foray into media, media is a communication outlet designed to incur and transfer data from one individual to another or as many individuals as possible. There are various forms of media from TV, music, movies, print, newspapers, magazines. That's all media. But we'll cover a couple that you probably haven't thought about as media as well. So we'll start first with music as a media form. And there's probably a million different artists that you could list in terms of lyricism and just all their overall actions as musicians that influence gender. I chose to highlight two, Lil Nas and Taylor Swift. So Lil Nas rose quickly to the charts and held the top spot in the Billboard 100 for over 15 weeks, which had dethroned the two prior artists. And Lil Nas he's a bit of an interesting character because he comes from an inner city, but as an African American artist, there are certain stigmas that you have to follow. Well, after reaching the Billboard Top 100 #1 spot, Lil Nas came out in the open about his homosexuality, and that was a large deal because a lot of the time in inner cities you are perceived as weak for being homosexual, especially if you're an African American male. He wanted to do it after he was already famous, after he'd already produced, because a lot of people will sort of ride that to the top, where he showed and proved that you can be successful regardless of your gender or regardless of your sexual beliefs. Taylor Swift is another one that's really important because she has open inclusion of the LGBTQ plus community. From basically her concerts, her music in all forms, she got her roots as a country star and has quickly forayed right into pop. She sort of holds the crown as Queen of Pop, some might say. We'll focus a little bit on her video, the music video for her song You Need to Calm Down, which is just filled with famous members of the LGBTQ community, from all sorts of members of the RuPaul's Drag Race to different performance artists. The whole song itself promotes internet peace between genders with the lyrics such as, "You need to control your urges to scream about all the people you hate, because shade never made anyone less gay." Taylor really takes it right forward, and the entire song, the lyricism of the entire song, really seem to sell that there's a lack of acceptance among our society. Another one of her famous songs is Me, which stars Panic at the Disco's Brendan Urie, and they sing a little bit about self-acceptance there. It's more of a love song, but some of the lyrics can be interpreted as a more empowering message for the individual, such as, "I'm the only one of me, baby, that's the fun of me," and then it swings into a chorus. But Taylor has also taken not only her lyricism to promote gender and to influence gender, but also just her stardom in overall. Recently, she donated $113,000 to the Tennessee Equality Project, and the number is significant in that it represents the bill that is being passed in Tennessee for more open inclusion of gender. She wrote a heartfelt handwritten letter to the Tennessee Equality Project's president, and that was pretty significant. It seems like a small donation when you think about it, but when they have no money coming in from anywhere except for fundraising, that's a huge amount. Well, music is everywhere, and everyone seems to get a little bit of it. One we often don't think about in terms of media is television. And according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, on average, 15 to 24-year-olds watch 2.2 hours of TV daily. And streaming media like Netflix and Hulu make that easier than ever. I know you guys are out there on your Disney Plus already. I get it. Disney's not really one that's forward and breaks a lot of boundaries. There will be some stir. I'm sure you guys have heard that they have some Marvel hero that's going to be coming out as non-binary gendered, male or female, homosexual or heterosexual. So that's kind of interesting. But one of the older shows, Degrassi, about a Canadian high school, it's pretty much a drama show that outlines the daily life of various high school students, from your normal jocks to your punk kids, and it focuses specifically on some characters such as Adam Torres. Adam Torres is seen a lot as a positive, early gendered individual. Adam Torres' story is that he transfers to Degrassi as a transgendered individual, and then you see them navigate that social political context.